to one and all present here, I kindly invite the dignitaries to occupy the dais. Now I invite Dr. Thaila, Head of the Department, Mechanical Engineering Department, PSG College of Technology, to give the welcome address.
A very good morning to everybody present here. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this 3 days TechCube 3 sponsored short-term course on advances in welding and material processing. I'm very glad that we could arrange and conduct this 3-day workshop. We have quite a number of participants from various institutions across the country, quite some participants from industry, as well as some entrepreneurs and freelancers. I'm very glad to welcome you all here. At the outset, on behalf of PSG College of Technology, on behalf of the Mechanical Engineering Department, as well as my own behalf, I welcome our chief guest, Dr. Sudarshanam Suresh Babu, Professor, University of Tennessee, USA. Most welcome, sir. A very warm welcome to Dr. P. Radhakrishnan, Director, PSG Institute of Advanced Studies. Very warm welcome. A very warm welcome to our beloved principal, Dr. R. Rudramurthy, who will be the president for this inaugural function. Welcome you, sir. A very warm welcome to all the participants from various institutions and entrepreneurs from Coimbatore and other cities, freelance consultants, research scholars, and my dear student friends. A hearty welcome to all my colleagues from the college also. I welcome my fellow coordinators. Welcome. Once again, I extend a very warm welcome to everybody present here. And I wish all the participants to have a very fruitful session and interactive session for the next 3 days to come. Welcome you all once again. Thank you.
Now I invite Mr. R. Ramesh, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Department, PSG College of Technology, to say a few words about the course.
Good morning to all. So I welcome you all for coming to PSG College of Technology for attending the course, short-term course on advances in welding and materials processing. And we have a good number of registrations of around 95 registrations are there. And among that, external faculty registrations are 31 registrations, and external research scholars 19 are there. And UG and PG students external are around 15 registrations are there. And internal faculties, around 25 faculties, students and research scholars have registered, and one industry participants from Saudi Arabia have also registered here. And 2 others participants in others category they have registered. So total of around 95 participants are there. And since most of the participants are from outstation, they are on the way. They are about to reach here within 1 hour, 1.5 hours. So there will be around 11 resource persons for this program. So our chief guest is Dr. Sudarshanam Suresh Babu from University of Tennessee, US, and the other one is Dr. Lejunli from University of Alberta, Canada is on the way, and his sessions are in today afternoon, and Dr. Janagiram from IIT Madras, Associate Professor, and tomorrow along with us, Department of Metallurgical Engineering also will join along with us with this program, and they will be celebrating 50th year Golden Jubilee celebration for Metallurgical Engineering Department. So even though the program is organized only for mechanical, they will join along with us, metallurgy department also, only for tomorrow's session. And tomorrow's session, Dr. P.V. Venkatakrishnan from Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, ISRO, will be coming. He is Associate Director for Projects. And Dr. P. Ramesh Narayanan, Head Materials Characterization, Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, ISRO, is coming tomorrow. And Dr. S. Aravidan, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering from IIT Delhi. And tomorrow one more session is there, which will be delivered by Dr. Sudarshanam Suresh Babu. And tomorrow afternoon session, Dr. Madhusudanan Reddy from DMRL Hyderabad and Dr. S.G.K. Manigandan from ISRO will be handling this session. And on Wednesday session, Dr. Satish V. Kailas from IIC Bangalore and Dr. K.K. Ramachandran, Associate Professor from Government Engineering College Thrissur, and one industry resource person also there. His name is Mr. S. Perichiappan from Integral Coach Factory. He is working there as a senior section engineer. So now we will just give the brief introduction of the course. That advanced materials are at the core of many technological developments and find many applications in strategic areas. High strength aluminum alloys, steels and other materials play a vital role in automotive, marine and aerospace sectors in the world. The use of these materials is mostly driven by their increased corrosion resistance also. However, when subjected to thermal processes such as welding, the properties get deteriorated due to the formation of secondary phases and other microstructural changes. The researchers, manufacturing engineers continuously explore possible techniques and procedures to alleviate such problems. And particularly this course is intended to discuss the challenges and opportunities with regard to processing of advanced high strength materials, focusing on the following thrust areas in particular: the issues, prospects and development of sustainable techniques, those are relevant to joining of high strength aluminum alloys and the implications of these in aerospace and automotive industries, the challenges and latest developments in joining of thin stainless steel sheets, developments in environmentally compatible automated welding technologies for non-ferrous alloys, and challenges in joining of advanced high-strength aluminum alloys and steels. Thank you.
Now I kindly invite Dr. R. Rudramurthy, Principal, PhD College of Technology, for the presidential address.
Respected Professor Radhakrishnan, Dr. Sudarshanam, Dr. Thaila, members of faculty, participants and student friends. Good morning to all of you. I am happy that Mechanical Engineering Department is organizing this TechUp sponsored 3-day technical program on advances in welding and material processing. When Ramesh was very particular that he wanted to invite many of the speakers who are in and around Coimbatore this time and traveling to India, so I said definitely it's a good move and we would like to explore the possibilities of working with them. So that is the one of the aspects is when the professors come from abroad like Dr. Sudarshanam and others. When they come and see the facilities here and interact with the faculty members, not only at PhD Tech but other institutions also, we are open to that kind of a platform we would like to provide, where future collaborative arrangements can be considered. So, and we have also established good facilities at PhD Tech for welding. One of the most important manufacturing process in mechanical engineering. Earlier we used to have a smaller welding shops for the first year students to do all the activities, to at least get exposed to the process of welding. But we know that that is not good enough because the industry has moved much ahead, and the kind of activity that is happening in India and the kind of product that they are trying to make, including aircrafts, you naturally have to look at the quality welding process. And that is one side, the industry requirement, a quality welding process, and how to produce that. And the challenges, as Ramesh listed, how to overcome that for the Indian industry. That is possible only with a research-based approach in academic institutions. A lot of research is required. And the teachers who are attending this program will also know that we used to teach in the classroom what are the welding processes, how the welding can be done, and we stop at that point of time. And we don't go beyond that. But now the requirements are entirely different. We have to look at the teaching also slightly in a different way. As of now, we are entering into a process like outcome-based education. And if you look at that way, in that angle, the quality of welding, how to produce a quality welding process, if you take that as an outcome, and how to teach that is the entire, how to do that and teach that and then make the students to do that is the challenge that we have. So that requires a completely reverse approach, and looking from the strength of the welding process, that you make between metals and alloys, and how that can be done, and how this the process has to be controlled all the parameters of the welding process have to be controlled in a completely to produce a satisfactory result of a quality welding. So that is what we needed, rather than teaching what is what of welding and what are the welding process, which machines are doing. Instead of that, probably we have to look at differently from what are the factors which we need to control to produce a quality welding. And when we got recently a project on welding technology, we have established a center here. Then we realized that even a power source required for welding process is not made indigenously, and it is imported, not in India. So that is a shocking that some of the technologies that we have not looked at properly. So our people are now doing it, and you also know that when you try to weld a large component in a turbine, a kind of turbine and other things, doing it manually probably also is a challenging one. Doing it manually, it requires a lot of effort, and the quality cannot be assured. The repeatability of the welding process cannot be ensured. So what we needed is an automation in the welding process also. So our team is working on creating an automation system for welding of large components and important components, critical components. So that is also we are trying to do. So when we enter into the research, then we realize there is so much that we have to do, and the Indian industry also needs this kind of support. I think the academics will take a clue about all this from the next 3 days from various speakers, and then try to incorporate in our teaching process as well as the practical classes that we are going to conduct. That will help our students to really understand and a good quality welding engineers that we can generate. And we also do one more thing. We have joined hands with the Welding Research Institute of Trichy, BHEL, supported by the BHEL, and jointly we are offering a finishing school on welding technology, welding engineering. Those who complete the mechanical engineering degree, we give 1.5 year certification program. 6 months they do the basics here in PhD Tech, then 1 year on the hand job that they are trying to do in the WRA and BHEL. So we found that the demand for the courses and the number of students who are joining also found that there is a need for more and more quality engineers coming out of the process that is required for the industry. So I think it's a very important area. I congratulate the mechanical department for conducting a technical program on this, and I'm sure that the participants will get enough input to make the welding process a quality one in India. Thank you.
Now I invite Mr. V. Satish Chandran, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Department, to introduce the chief guest.
Good morning to all the dignitaries on the dais, and a very good morning to all the participants and faculty colleagues. I consider this as a privilege to introduce our chief guest for this program, Dr. Sudarshanam Suresh Babu. Dr. Suresh Babu obtained his bachelor's degree in metallurgical engineering from PhD College of Technology in 1986 and his master's degree in industrial welding metallurgy from Indian Institute of Technology, Madras in 1988. He obtained his PhD in material science and metallurgy from the University of Cambridge, United Kingdom in 1992. He worked as a research associate in the prestigious Institute of Materials Research, Sendai, Japan, before joining the Oak Ridge National Laboratory, which is managed for the US Department of Energy in 1993. From 1993 to 1997, he's been holding the joint researcher position with ORNL, University of Tennessee, and the Pennsylvania State University. From 1997 to 2005, he has been working as a R&D executive at ORNL. 2005 to 2007, Dr. Suresh held a senior level technology leader position in the area of engineering and materials at the Edison Welding Institute, Columbus, Ohio. From 2007 to 2013, Dr. Suresh served as a professor of material science and engineering and as a director of National Science Foundation, IUCRC, which is the Industry University Cooperative Research Center for Materials Joining Science for Energy Applications at the Ohio State University, USA. In 2013, Dr. Suresh was appointed as the UT ORNL Governors Chair of Advanced Manufacturing at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, USA. In this role, he acts as a bridge to the ORNL's expertise and infrastructure, including manufacturing demonstration facility to develop a collaborative research and education ecosystem locally and deploy engineering solutions to the manufacturing industries. Dr. Babu, as he is fondly called, has 23 years of experience in the area of advanced manufacturing, additive manufacturing, physical metallurgy, as well as computational materials modeling. Dr. Babu has published 180 journal papers and numerous conference proceedings. He has received many awards in recognition of his technical and leadership service to the materials and manufacturing community. He is a fellow of AAAS, ASM International, and the American Welding Society. In the last 3 years, Dr. Suresh Babu has been instrumental and part of the team in securing UTK and ORNL's leadership in the National Science Foundation and presidential initiatives related to the National Networking of Manufacturing Innovation Institutes. With this ability to foster collaborative activities with ORNL associates and the UTK faculty, the University of Tennessee, Knoxville has secured many projects: NSF IURC, Center for Materials and Manufacturing, Powder Process Pillar of Lightweight Innovation for Future, it's called as LIFT, LIFT, Institute for Advanced Composites Manufacturing Innovation Institute, IACMI, Advanced Functional Fabrics of America, AFFOA, and Clean Energy Smart Manufacturing Innovation Institutes. He has brought in a lot of projects for all these institutes through his leadership abilities. And once again, I thank the management for giving me an opportunity to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Suresh Babu. Thank you.
Now I kindly invite Dr. Sudarshanam Suresh Babu sir, Professor, University of Tennessee, United States, for the inaugural address.
Okay, can you hear me in the back? So, good morning, and this is personal to me because as a student 35 years back, I sat there and listened to a lot of dignitaries here also. And one of the message I took from there is that I was happy to be at PSC Tech because it gave me a holistic education. Even though I was in metallurgical engineering, I had a good amount of mechanical engineering education. So I still remember the KV principle. You used to draw a pencil diameter circle and then say, go and measure it. It'll be exact circle there. So that brought me into that excitement of being in an engineering research too. And so I really thank PSC Tech for that, okay? So that having that PSC Tech seed actually allowed all the faculty, many of them here. So I remember, probably you may know this Tyagaraja Kirtana is called Entaro Mahanubhavulu Andarikku Namaskaram. So I all big people here, so I'm give respect to them, I'll say. With that, let me talk about what you're all here for. I'd like to ask how many of you are students? One few, oh, I know, they're all sitting in the back there. Great. So remember, I'm here for you, and how many are faculty here? Okay, I would like to share your experience with me, and I will share my experience with you on teaching manufacturing to students too. So I'll pick up two of the things what principal told today is called outcome-based teaching. So I strongly believe that that is the way I was taught, because I still remember, I don't know how many of you been to Neelambur Foundry? Anybody, my students? All of you, you might have there. So I still remember one day I walked by the technician who's pouring the metal, asked him about how he does the quality control. I still remember what he told me about it. First of all, he asked, go and ask your professor. I said, no, I'll ask my professor, but you tell me how you do it. So in fact, that he walked out all the process flow involved in it, including taking the material and doing spectroscopy in the lab, how it is done and how it's called before the molten material is poured. So that actually gave that experience, like I walked around smelling the burning iron, you need to feel that, and then machining, feeling the burning of iron. So that actually practical knowledge allowed us to develop high pressure die casting as a final year project at PSG Tech. So, and also we used to have a sandwich course, I still have it here. And that is also, I didn't get it into it, I wasn't good enough to get it there. But that showed that we always had that outcome-based teaching as a PSG Tech. And also probably many other professors from other universities are thinking about that too. So I strongly recommend it. And this has been my mantra even in US. So when I started the NSF IUCRC program, IUCRC stands for Industry University Collaborative Research Center. So the students actually get to do relevant research for various industries, from heavy manufacturing, medical industries, and also earth-moving industries, mainly because those people who are in the industries know the real-life problem, and many times allows this program to have students and faculty and industry associates to work together. And many of the things have been taught me a lot. For example, work related to, Professor talked about turbines. One of the things, welding of gas turbine blades is very important, especially because it brings money back to the industry. They can't throw away very expensive turbine blades too. So the students actually work on it, and then they actually teach me every day. So that was a rich experience. So I'll strongly recommend all of our faculty friends to do it, and my student friends, please go and work with industry relevant project, but don't forget your fundamentals too. Okay, so with that, I am in my 1 minute to go, so I told that 5 minutes I'll talk about it. And I know many of you are here and relevant to welding processes and materials processing. I'm not going to talk about additive manufacturing because I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. So please wait for that. But today I'll be talking about welding. So that actually is a basis for even additive manufacturing. With that, you will see a lot of similarities today when I was presenting later on. And then also, during these 3 days, I strongly recommend having a dialogue rather than monologue, me talking or other professors talking. Please ask questions from your own experience, including my student friends there also. With that, there is last comment I would like to talk about it. How many of my students over there would like to start a company? So anyone? Okay, so my 5 minutes is up. Okay, so what I would recommend is that think about starting a company. I was told that you do have a lot of opportunities here at PSG Tech. For my other faculties from other universities, strongly encourage them because they are your economic engine when they start entrepreneurship, get into a new technical area. So I really envy all my faculty friends because you have a lot more students than I have, okay? Thank you. With that, I'll stop. And I have to open the program open. So I had to say it something like, okay, with that, I open this conference program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our principal, Dr. R. Rudramurthy, to present a memento to our chief guest. Thank you, sir. Now I invite Mr. R. Ramesh, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Department, to give the word of thanks.
I sincerely thank our chief guest, Dr. Sudarshanam Suresh Babu, Professor, University of Tennessee, USA, for kindly accepting our invitation and gracing this inaugural function. I am thankful to Dr. P. Radhakrishnan, Director, and Principal Dr. R. Rudramurthy, PSG College of Technology, and TechUp Coordinator for providing us with all possible logistic support from TechUp Phase 3 for organizing this event. I thank our HOD of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. P.R. Taila, for her inspiring mentorship. I am very much thankful to Mr. V. Satish Chandran and Mr. Eldo Jacob Joy and all other faculty members of Mechanical Engineering Department for their continuous support. I am also thankful to all the participants and a special thanks for international participants, faculty members and students from 5 different states have participated in this program, from Maharashtra, from Karnataka, from Kerala, and from Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana also is there, 5 different states. And also a special thanks for the faculty members and students who have participated from central institutions, from NIT Calicut, NIT Trichy, NIT Warangal, and from Indian Naval Academy. And I am also thankful to all the participants for coming to PSG College of Technology to attend this short-term course. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.